me hu comments bebre on social media eye engrofo bebre na ebo GPRTU echi na nini na ejina suggestion bi a wo mode ema aban. Now say yeni ayenim say problem ba ko a abaga na nde the shortage of public transport, especially se Ghana 4 Juma. Eya na nkrofo nya car enkofie. Inti no aban ene GPRT na ye kan GPRT a omo na omo ye ko a omo hwe tro ne sa transport for no public transport no bebre na so. A private eco, and so I want that to be established because you understand why I'm saying that. Inti aban through the vice president, any ministers name penny for any a year sankrofui ekokotenase. No more tenase a omo kansem no. Ena GPRTU for a penny bi eko kansem bi na asem okoko kan ya ende ama nkrofo bonechi ene se o se aban emu a year budgetary allocation. No know what it means and say as a private company no say aban ebe ready budget biana yempe sika enhye budget nim yemfa ma wo mo private a year trotro drivers no. And so a lot of Ghanaians are saying say it makes no sense. Why will a private trotro driver, private a year trade union be requesting for budgetary allocation? What is the sense in that? Oh, right. Basically, no, a juma bena or a private person, unye juma ma buying, o pay budget allocation the aye then. Who juma ne say, who chu trotro, Ghana for air for car, no muti our car. Into kusiki budgetary allocation from a buying aye den. It is asem na kind of same bebraba. But I see, I'm not going to sit here to bash GPRTU for maintenance and bomochi. I have a suggestion. Might be very unconventional, but I think say if we work around that suggestion, because it looks like GPRTU for they want funding, right? And so if we work around that suggestion, it might help. And I'll give you that suggestion. But yenti and someone GPRTU for opinion no kind area. My suggestion na me wanna me debate yenti.
What we are currently having, the issues we were having and contending from 2023 and 2024 seems to be repeating itself. Whenever there's a budgetary allocation and then they go to share, they allocate how much they'll give to Metro Mass, how much they give to STC, and forget us. Now, this issue was hard hit, so we had to go and approach Callistus and said that.
So basically, he's comparing Metro Mass and all those things, right? Say, are buying Ebema budgeter. Yes, because Metro Mass works under government. Of course, are buying Ebema budgeter. And so Mama Metro Mass budget. But GPRT for you're a private trade union. You don't work under government, so you don't expect government to give you budget allocation. What you say? It's some way. I don't know whether. Obviously, the man probably he understands what he's saying, but in some way, and that's the truth. It's just like maybe Obi a teacher ni or trade in a private school. Obi and if the teachers are more trade in a private school, no. Omuji market ya free the private institution. Omuji market ya free abayo. But teacher ni or trade or government institution no abayo netianeka. It is abayo budget allocation manner. Who private teacher no, you don't expect a bank to be a year allocation amount. Then no person will say, "O person will just from a private institution who we are now bank so about the kana." And no, what you say. But basically, that's what the GPR.
All our letters to have a meeting with the president had not yielded the results.
Okay.
So he agreed that for the whole of August he was so busy he will go to travel, but he stated 7th September for us, and really we met His Excellency the President. That meeting, we had tabled issues there to meet him and discuss. And among them was the buses they had brought to us from Egypt were highly compromised in terms of quality. What we went there as a delegation and inspected and was brought was to what was given to us.
Okay, so I think this is a different matter. But issue now, Abana, and raising concerns. No, and no, say, why will GPRTU request for budgetary allocation, right? If people ask that question, because why will a private institution be asking government for budgetary allocation. I believe, say, if a private institution wants something from government, you tell government to offer you conducive environments to work. Now, conducive environments, it could be, say, a buying and reducing what taxes or something, right? If you go and then you ask governments, Bibi Sana, that one, it makes a lot of sense. But I want to believe that the reason why GPRTU for opinion, Ebisa question way, and it's probably GPRTU for EP funding. Now, if you're a leader with GPRTU and you're listening to me, this is my suggestion. Think about it, right? Maybe, think about this suggestion. Now, the suggestion is this. Instead of requesting from budgetary allocation from a buying, why don't you restructure your group so you become a company limited by shares, right? Why don't you restructure your right now? GPRT is a private institution, okay? A private institution. Why don't you restructure it and then it becomes a company so that you appoint directors of the company, and then at the end of the day, you get listed. You make sure, because I know that getting listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange requires a lot of discipline, financial structure, organizational structure, and all that. Why don't you just take yourself through those things and then restructure GPRTU so that you get listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange? Now, if you get listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange, now you become accountable. You become accountable to Ghanaians and you become accountable to your shareholders. What you say? Because no, unim say your output, your effectiveness is directly or will somehow be directly linked to the rise in your shares. And so once you are listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange and Ghanaians are buying your shares, technically it will mean that Ghanaians are investing in you. And that investment, no sika mobe mekibiano, you can use that to uplift yourself. That is just my idea, right? The unconventional thinking be a major. Because if it is funding you want, listen, even if you get listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange and your books are good, your financial books are good, you can get any form of funding from any financial institution you want. And then I can say MTN Ghana, because every single year, omo finances eba betuja, ema obien so omo finances good no. If MTN say ye project kesiye bi, no omo ko bank biya ho, ewo Ghana ha say bank nimbo omo bosia. Bank no be pre ne ho so be bo omo bosia because omo books Inti funding na mo pa. I personally believe that you should try to restructure. As it stands now, it is just a trade union. And trade unions cannot be listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange. So instead of remaining a trade union, I think say you need to undergo some restructuring. Think into it. Undergo some restructuring. Call in investors. Let Ghanaians now invest into your company, right? Appoint people who can manage the company for you. Appoint directors. Open your books for auditing. Let Ghanaians come in and let Ghanaians invest. And through that funding, you might even get that funding more. In fact, I know for sure that you get more of that funding than government's budget allocation and musiki for now. So it's an option that you can go through. Because it looks like if you're asking government for budget allocation, what the entire Ghana for and say, as a more person because you're a private institution, how are you going to request for budgetary allocation from government? How are you going to be accountable? You're a private institution. It's just like maybe MTN Ghana requesting for budgetary allocation from government. It makes no sense. So, if a yesikana mopa, because budgetary allocation, they're not just a mopa sika, they are restructuring. If a yesikana mopa, that is my idea. Think about it, right? Think about it. I think, say, Ghana's stock exchange, right, or Ghana's equity market is expanding. And we need all sorts of all sorts of sectors. I don't think we so far have a transportation company listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange. So we need all sorts of sectors to invest in. So you can take that up. If GPRTU mutumi restructure na moba bedane public company na mo listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange. I'm sure a lot of Ghanaians who are investing in the Ghana Stock Exchange will pump money into you guys. I'm sure, because it will be a new thing. What you say, and transport there. If you manage it well, you are supposed to make gains. What you say. It will even open up the GPRTU, so you provide job. You'll be a big employer in this country, okay? Because once you go public, you are going to employ the drivers. Drivers, no employment no, is going to be in your hands. Aside drivers, no employment, no, you are also going to. I mean, you can even train people to become GPRTU maintenance officers all over the country. It's a big idea. It's a huge idea. GPRT send more because mu trade union and now as trade union you have branches all over the country. If you become a public company, you'll be one of the biggest public companies in the country, because the structures are there and it's going to help you. So it will afford you the opportunity to now even employ a lot of Ghanaians. It will be an exciting field. I think any person listening to me who thinks asemwa mekano nyansa wom no, you can it's not going to be easy, that's for sure. But if it is done and it is done well, I think a lot of Ghanaians, because listen, yesterday na me one of my brothers I would tell me pa, and he was complaining about the fact our cars be brave Ghana, right? Our muye jumama no nanso or boka on tiasie and all that. And so if GPRTU can take that up, Ghana near be a wire agency and ko beto car, I invested the aquacoma driver be a driver ne de car ne be no. Can one say we invest in GPRTU for mu shares? Atiasie. Into investing in mu shares or that, and you people will be managing. So listen, if it is funding you want, change from being a trade union and do something. That's all I'm saying. Change from being a trade union, do something, become a company on your own. If it is, just become a company on your own. That's basically what I'm trying to say. All right. And Obi Biara would hear me biara. What says I make us about the Ghana Stock Exchange? Or person investing in the Ghana Stock Exchange. No, please get this book. This book is going to teach you practically how to invest in the Ghana Stock Exchange. In fact, you can be at the comfort of your home in America and your money in Ghana will be growing for you just because Udiusika Ashe Ghana Stock Exchange. Ghana Stock Exchange, has been judged or has been adjudged by Bloomberg as one of the best performing equity markets in the whole world, not only in Africa, in the whole world. And so get to be on the Ghana Stock Exchange, invest your money in there. If you want to invest your money, get this book. You can get the hard copy of this book on Amazon. If you want the soft copy, you can WhatsApp this number or call this number 055-807-4986. Offer and our WhatsApp number where it's just 100 cedis. You get the PDF, you can get the tree video, or you can get the English video. There's also a link in the comment box. Once you click the link, you'll be able to get the book. Muntra your comment box ni mumedase.